What's good, everyone? It's your boy Santo G, back at it. You already know, spreading unity, prosperity, and respect. Above all, if you're new here, do me a favor. While you wait for me to get into this lesson and into these stories, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you like this video, give me a like. It don't cost you nothing, and it only takes a couple of seconds of your time to go ahead and do that for me. So let me give you a little second to do that. All right, now that you hit the subscribe button, you hit the notification bell, let's get into this lesson. But before I get into it, let me just say that these stories are not because I glorify anything or it's not because I condone anybody to do bad behavior. It's just so people can be aware because the judicial system and the prison system, the jail system, period, it's not meant for us to succeed or to win. You know what I'm saying? It's not meant for us. All these rules are meant for us to trip over and catch more time and pretty much just be there so the state, the government, can at the end of the day make money off of you being in there longer. And just a learning when it comes to interrogations and stuff like that. You do have the right to plead the fifth, and that's the right to remain silent. You know what I'm saying? I know they read you your Miranda rights, but people like to just talk, 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 talk. You know, one of the first things that any big homies should teach their little homies is plead the fifth to anything. If they ask you any questions that you feel uncomfortable answering because you feel like it's gonna jam you up, or it's gonna jam someone you love, or someone that you care about, one of your friends, one of your homies, even enemies, you know what I mean? We're brought up, you don't tell on nobody, you just plead the fifth. You know what I'm saying? If they ask you anything, you tell them, I reserve my right to plead the fifth. I reserve my right to my Fifth Amendment. And they can't question you about that subject no more. They'll be violating your rights if they still continue to press on, you know? So, another thing that people need to be aware on is inmate CIs. Once you get busted, don't trust anybody that they put in your cell. You know what I'm saying? They got inmate CIs that if you keeping it G, you keeping it 100, just so they could get information on you, they're gonna put somebody in your cell or in your little dorm or in your little holding tank that's supposedly from where you're from just to cross you up. So I cannot stress this enough. Be careful with inmate CIs. Don't talk about your case with nobody and plead the fifth. You know, so that goes to hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. If somebody tells you something, listen, do not repeat. You know what I'm saying? It's good for people to rely on you. It's good for people to rely on you, but be like a tomb. You don't ever speak whatever is told to you. You don't ever repeat it. You know what I mean? You take that shit to the grave. If somebody confides in you with anything, you take that shit to the grave. Don't be a comadre. Don't be a little gossiper. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're in a cell where there's speakers, if they could talk to you through those speakers, best believe they could hear you. Just because they're not talking to you at that time doesn't mean that they're not listening to you. A lot of these cells, when I was in Arizona, when I was out of state, a lot of these cells had speakers in the cells where they could just call you through the speaker. And it is said that the COs are able to listen. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be careful. Even the walls have ears. You know what I'm saying? That's why I named this one Lesson. Even the walls have ears. Y'all be careful with that. Now, when it comes to you being in there and you see females walking by and stuff like that, no whistling, no sex playing, you know what I mean? Even amongst homies, there's no sex playing whatsoever, all that fucking little gay sex playing and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? You got them little fruity friends that like fucking grabbing people's asses and doing stupid shit like that. Best believe you try to do that shit in prison or in jail, you're gonna get booped. I guarantee you. So keep that fruity shit in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to you being inside the cell, right? There's always a window on the outside. Y'all be careful with that back window because they do their rounds. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get lax and they forget about the back window. They only worry about the front window where the CO is walking inside, but they're not aware that COs do their rounds looking at the back windows, looking inside for that simple fact that they could catch people slipping. So y'all be careful with that. If y'all gonna do something, put up a curtain inside your cell. Don't put your whole fucking window blocked either, you know? You block your whole window, it's just like telling them, hey, 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 come check me. You know, I'm doing something in here. If you block your whole window, don't be stupid. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's see. I took notes so that way I wouldn't miss anything, you know? Now, this one, I can never stress this one enough. If the water is off, for some reason, if your water is off, if you can't flush your toilet, you go to the sink, you turn on the water and it's not on, and they're not doing maintenance, they didn't let you guys know ahead of time, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna do a raid. So put everything up. You know, when I was in Oklahoma at the North Fork Correctional Facility, the homie Evil, you know what I mean? He was from Grape. He was a brother, but cool ass dude, man, cool ass dude. But he passed away from that. They turned off the water and ran in his cell, or tried to run in his cell. He boarded up, and he got so scared he couldn't flush it. He ate it. He ate like a fucking ounce of fucking heroin, and he passed away. You know, my boy ended up overdosing. You know, rest in peace, Evil from Grape Street. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that knows Evil from Grape, Oklahoma, they can vouch for me on that one. So y'all be careful. If the water's off, put everything away. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, they're gonna come in between like 5 and 6 in the morning. So y'all be careful in between 5 and 6 in the morning. You know, don't be slipping. And if you got a cuerno, if you got a phone, still use the payphone. But be careful, you know what I mean? Them payphones, them jail phone calls on any payphone are always recorded. A lot of people get the misconception that, oh, they're not listening, they're not on me. Best believe they might not be on you now, but a month from now, 2 months from now, if they get on you, all they have to do is put the numbers of the people that are visiting you and all that, all the people that you're having contact with, they know. And all they have to do is look for you, look for your name, look for their numbers or your voice, whatever, however they do it, but they can go back into the vault and access old phone calls. You know what I mean? So y'all be careful with that. And like I said, if you got one of them things, if you a phone monster, you're always on the phone, then you get one of them things and you're never on the phone, they're gonna know. You know what I'm saying? So just be mindful of that. So when it comes to as far as prison too, they also do random drug tests. You know, so if you're one of them people you like blazing or whatever the situation, be mindful of that. They do random drug tests. It doesn't always have to be just because, oh, they caught you doing something or they suspect you, you know? A lot of good people have gotten visits taken away, family visits, you know what I mean, conjugal visits, you know what I mean, canteen, fucking yard, lost a lot of shit because of that. You know what I mean? They either blazed and got tested a couple days later, or they drank. The next day they got tested, whatever the situation is, but just be mindful that they do random drug tests, you know? Now, when it comes to stealing, I mean, this kind of goes without saying, but you know what I mean? It is not tolerated whatsoever. You know what I mean? Stealing, that's like you want to get beat up, you want to get stabbed, you know? It all depends on the severity of the situation and however they want to push it, you know? But stealing is never tolerated. Don't touch anything that isn't yours. I've been in prisons that I done left something in the shower and we go on lockdown for 3 months till we come back out. Them 3 months, whatever I left is still there. You know, I done left shit in the yard and come back the next day and it's still there. Why? Because of the simple fact that everybody carries and conducts themselves like that. No stealing, don't touch nothing that's not yours, and you know what I mean? You'll be good. Now, this one also is very important. You know, if you think that you could jump cars, Either it be you being you trying to say that you're a Southsider and then you saying that you're a Paisa, or you saying that you're a Paisa and then trying to be a Southsider, or you saying that you're a Wood and then you're saying a Southsider or whatever. There's no jumping cars. You know what I mean? An example of this, if you guys are up on game with all my lessons and have been watching the past ones, when they came and they asked me to go on a mission because we pretty much held on to a clavo for too long and didn't direct it to where it needed to go. Well, the homie that my celly ended up flighting on was a homie that I was actually with in juvenile hall, and he was claiming Canto Vario Segundo. But once he got to prison, I don't know if somebody got in his head or what and told him that to go paisa. I guess he didn't want to be considered a sureño, a Southsider, because he thought he was gonna have to go on missions. I don't know what it was, but long story short, he had switched from being a Southsider. Then when we're in juvenile hall, he was a Southsider. He was from Canto Segundo. And then when we got to prison, he was saying he was a Paisa. And somebody recognized him. And long story short, boop, 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 bow, bow, bow. He ended up, you know what I mean? Getting taken off that yard for jumping cars. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that's very serious. And another thing I want to stress about, if you get caught up with somebody, if you have a crime partner, you know what I mean? First thing the cops are gonna do is they're gonna tell you that your crime partner told on you. They're gonna say he's told on you. They're gonna say he said this, he said that. They're gonna try to get you mad so you could be like, fuck that, fuck him, and tell on him, not knowing that he never even told on you. They were just making up lies. So be careful and be mindful of that. Unless you see black and white paperwork saying that he told on you, then yeah, they told on you. But if just a fucking cop is telling you, oh, he told on you just to get a rise out of you, to get you to talk, that's all it is. So see beyond that smoke screen. Don't be naive. Don't be stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Santo G with another lesson. As you can see, this time I just took notes so I could get into the fundamentals and the real of what you need to watch out for and what you should be up on game with. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Like I said, if it was informative, if it was entertaining, do me a favor, as I did you a favor by lacing you up. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. If you already subscribed and notified, do me a favor, hit that like button. It don't cost you nothing and it will help out the movement. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. I hope you appreciate me. Let's keep getting it together. It's only the beginning, man. If you want me to touch on anything, tap in the comments. I will touch on it. Test me, man. You've already seen 3, 4 videos. I know you got something on your mind that you want to ask me. So test me. Ask me and see if I don't respond. I guarantee you I will. You know what I mean? I say this humbly. I appreciate all of y'all. Unity, prosperity, and respect. Let's